Hello and welcome to Critical Strike 117. I'm Josh and here with me is Bill.
Nope, I'm Kyle.
And Mr. Shawn.
I'm Bill. Oh, I'm Kyle.
Yeah,
he just
Kyle.
said he was Kyle.
No, it's just me being my normal dick self.
You're
Oh,
both
okay.
Kyle.
Should I
Did we
talk
ever
like this,
actually
then?
hear what Kyle was doing last night when he dropped, oh yeah, I'm not doing it tomorrow at like 1 in the morning, 2 your time?
No, I think it was because Nancy was there. And I was like, all right, so everybody's set for the episode tomorrow. And Nancy's like, oh, you didn't tell him about that thing?
I just found out today. That was weeks ago, Kyle.
Yeah.
I feel like since Kyle's not here, I should do like a lot of this or kind of like noises.
All right, you should stop that now.
Well, Kyle's off selecting tabletop rings for his wedding or something.
So what I'm going to do from now on is every episode we do, Bill, I'm going to email Nancy and make sure it's in Kyle's schedule.
I would love if we could be part of their joint Google Calendar. So that we could like create fake things for Kyle to do. And so he'd like call Nancy like, where are you? What? Well, I'm at the bridal shop. Why aren't you here? What are you talking about, Kyle? That'd be great.
So, Mr. Shawn,
Yes.
Yeah, you should probably introduce this person.
it's Mr. Shawn Green from the Geek and Destroy cast.
Yes, it is. That is my amateur podcast that I have. It's more amateur than this one, believe it or not.
No way.
It is.
I don't know about that.
No way.
It is. Trust
You sound
me.
good.
I sound good? That's good.
Oh, this is a show. You guys are coming along. Good show.
Yeah, it's alright. It's whatever. Our last episode was super long, so I don't blame anyone if they didn't listen.
3 fucking hours.
I didn't listen to it. Even
What's
I
it
edited
like working at Giant Bomb? Is it
That's
difficult?
kind of what I felt like. It actually took us 2 days to do that, so... if you listen to it, the first hour and a half, I'm drunk as shit, and you can actually hear me start slurring as the podcast goes on. So,
Was this... Can we blame this on other Kyle?
yeah, it's definitely
Since
his
you have
fault.
a Kyle of your own that gets blamed for things?
Fucking Kyle Lee.
Kyle Lee, the Asian Kyle.
Kylie.
Yeah, well, that's what's funny, Bill, is when I first threw that name out there, it was as Kyle Lee, like the female Kyle Lee.
Yeah, Kylie.
But then it just kind of adapted into Kyle Lee.
I think I met a stripper named Kylie one time. Just saying.
Really?
Is that her real name?
Of course not.
Nah, okay. She didn't pick a very creative name.
No one would choose Kylie as a name.
I don't think anyone chooses their actual name. That's true.
So yeah, Geek and Destroy, everybody should listen to it and check
We-
these cats out.
We record tomorrow morning at about 8:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
Pro tip, mornings don't work.
When one guy has kids and then the other guy has a girlfriend, apparently mornings are the only things we can do now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I like our schedule. Whenever we want. We try to
Well-
do it every other Saturday at 7 o'clock, but
If Outlaws was happy, we would do it every other Saturday.
that man is never happy, though.
Yes, he was.
Have you had the pleasure of having Outlaws as a listener yet?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
He hates Josh's ass something fierce.
No, he loves me.
No, I mean your ass. He doesn't like the ass talk.
No, that was Kyle.
No, Kyle has his own ass talk that people don't like. You now have your own specific...
What was my ass talk?
Well,
Your
the
shots
shots
in
you
the
take
ass.
in the ass.
That was only like 5 minutes, though. It's not like the one where I shit my pants.
Nah, the shit in your pants one was pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
But, by the way,
I was
funny
at work.
story about shitting yourself.
I coughed and shit. No, like sneezed and shit at the same time.
Yeah. Well, that's
So,
out of the way.
any unfortunate stories between the two of you? You know how this works, Shawn, so.
Yeah. I have none because I live a very boring life.
Nobody walked into your place of work and, like, I don't know, threw a glass at you?
Not this week. I had some lady clear her throat at me to tell me she's ready to pay her bill.
Yep.
And I made her wait another 10 minutes.
I mean, you have to have some interesting stories from where you work.
It's just a bunch of rednecks because I live in Fargo, so it's a bunch of hicks, a bunch of farmers. Nothing interesting happened to me today. I mean, it's
ever like nobody's brought sheep in, nobody's fucking
none of that. I mean,
not a lot of sheep out there, Josh.
No, it's a lot of farmers, like crop farmers, not a lot of animal farmers. You see a lot of stinky people, but
not like Nancy. Hey, that story we heard last night.
Let me think. Oh, yeah, that's right. Apparently someone was in there. Is it casino?
I don't know if we could talk about this, though, Bill.
Nancy had a conversation with a guest. Yep.
It was bad.
We'll just leave it like that.
Yeah,
then.
I don't know if we can talk about her. We're like talking about Kyle is one thing, but...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So yeah, nothing unfortunate with you, Bill?
No, I don't think so.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Kyle's the one that usually has shenanigans.
I like on our Google Doc, as you can now see, Shawn, we do have a section dedicated to Kyle's list of unfortunate events.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I mean, reading through these, I didn't know someone lived such an unfortunate life.
Yep. We just go down them each episode. It's like Kyle's blog. There is one thing that we need to talk about. What is this fucking chicken story, Bill? What?
I don't remember where he slipped.
It was
that
Nancy.
in.
It was Nancy who slipped it.
Was it on the phone?
We were on Skype last week. And
that's right.
We were talking about like childhood pets or something. And apparently Kyle, his family had chickens as their pets. And
well, people keep chicken for eggs, a few of them. It's good enough for a family.
Sure. But his was a pet, and it was named... Some girl's voice was like... fucking Beatrice or something.
Yeah, like Beatrice or Lucy. Something slightly older. Something your grandma's friend would have been named.
Yeah.
And like... His brother named it like Chicken of Power #1 or something, and Kyle's like, Beatrice. I just thought it was pretty fitting that Kyle would do something like that.
I can't wait for him to come back and actually tell us the story, but I love how in the document too he put, I was 5.
Yeah. Well, the best part is when he partially defends it by giving us the exact species type of chicken. Yeah, it'll be something weird like a South Bulgarian blackneck or something. Oh, sorry, Kyle. I guess it's completely acceptable then. That goes with the lore of farming from the old world.
I guess after all these years, you were truly not a pixie, and Pop Pop really loved you.
Yeah. That's why I said it was probably the source of Pop Pop going, I don't know about this kid. And then it just snowballed into where it's at now.
Yep.
A fake character that's slightly racist. I bet you Pop Pop would love Paula Deen. I'm just saying. I didn't watch that fat bitch before, but now
I'm going back. I'm watching all the episodes. Show me the butter.
Oh well.
Yeah. This whole section of the show just feels weird without Carl.
I could make something up.
Yeah, make something. Or, Shawn, do you have any interesting stories of your Carl?
Of our Carl?
We can embarrass him on?
Oh. There are a few. I believe I told them on ours about him. He used to shart a lot. I mean, like it was a regular occurrence. Like he would text me and be like, "Oh, I sharted again. Sharted. I didn't have toilet paper. I had to use my hand."
Oh,
yeah, he's done that a few times.
Take a fucking shower. You don't use your hand. This isn't the sand.
He wasn't anywhere near a shower though. He was out in public, and they ran out of toilet paper, and
then you just use your boxers and you throw them away.
I've done that before. You get desperate, but he decided his hand was better and then washed his hand.
I guess I just do my best to not do those type of things in public that would run the risk of a shart.
He actually he was texting Paul and I this week about he sharted again, and he's using some new texting client for his Android phone. And he accidentally texted his ex-girlfriend that he had just sharted his pants.
He posted that on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And he immediately said, I just texted Heather that I sharted my pants. I was like, you shouldn't text her anymore, let alone that you sharted your pants.
That's how you bring him back. I mean, if you think about it, he's a smooth operator. Like, This is how you get the women back.
Just let them know how your ass is doing.
Right.
You should just eat more fiber or something.
I mean,
like apple rinds and eat the whole thing. Just take the core down. Banana, don't even peel that fucker. Just eat it.
Could be like me and be on antibiotics where right now I have no control.
He's what? He can't eat gluten.
Wait. Are you wearing a diaper right now, buddy?
No.
Don't fucking lie. You got a diaper going on?
No. I would totally admit to that, actually.
Are you sitting on like a roll of paper towels to not wear a diaper?
No.
Josh.
What?
Are you sitting on a donut that happens to have the ring filled with like paper towels?
No.
Are you sitting on a bucket?
I am sitting on a fucking wooden chair.
Okay.
So it's more solid and I can't. I could have filled a pool this week.
No one needed to know that.
That was pretty in-depth right there.
Yeah.
Well, are you on the mend at least? I know every week we start to say this.
No, I'm not going to go into this.
For fuck's sake.
But Josh, I've been so worried about you for the last 2 weeks.
No, actually you haven't. You've been sending me messages on Twitter like, are you dead yet?
It's true.
You two pixies are taking boat rides under the moonlight. Don't bullshit.
We have been we took one boat ride, okay?
It was one boat ride. And the guy was
took his hand into mine and stared into his eyes and said, Josh, how is your ass?
Yes, it's fine. I haven't had any shots. I don't go back until July 15th.
Oh, well, that's a good sign then. That's all you really had to say.
Well, if I knew it was that easy to get rid of you.
Yeah, it is. Josh, are you on the mend? Well, I don't have to go back to the doctor for a month. Okay, that's a good sign. The opposite would have been, I got surgery next week. They're going to cut, like, a seal's worth of flesh off. Ugh. Oh, well. You're on the mend. That's what's good. Good stuff.
Oh, well, kind of, I guess. Anyway. So, my leg, yeah. All right, well, since there's nothing really interesting going on with either of us, any of us, you really let me down, you guys. I was kind of hoping that one of you would step up and take Kyle's place with the embarrassing stories.
If you wanted that, you should have invited my Kyle onto the show, not me.
The difference with your Kyle is I don't think he actually exists.
What do you think he is?
Well, because... Like,
it'd be pretty sweet if it was our Kyle just leading another life so that he could seamlessly disappear.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think your Kyle doesn't exist because, one, he's never around, and he seems to play these games that he talks about on the show, but you never see him playing games.
That's true.
It could be one of those things like me and Spotify. As soon as I turn Spotify on, the first thing I do is hit private session because they're cunts and don't just let that be the default way.
Why don't you want me to see what you're listening to, Bill?
I just don't like sharing that information.
Why don't you want me to see that you're listening to fucking Yanni?
Ew, Yanni. Haven't thought about that in a while. Yes. Seriously, I listen to Yanni, though.
Your Kyle doesn't exist.
I'll tell him to try to be more social with you, Josh.
He should be. I actually like your Kyle more than ours. I will say that.
Our Kyle talks a lot less more than your Kyle does.
I think that's why I like your Kyle.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Although he's like, well, add me to the Minecraft server. Okay, he's not yet to be on.
I haven't joined since you blew up my shed, so.
Yeah.
Hold on, now that you're here, we can fucking open this up. Bill blew it up.
Fuck you.
My poor little
I'm not Minecraft
shed.
Jesus. I don't have access to fucking TNT. I wouldn't even know how to make that.
Bill blew up your little fucking hut.
All I said is you should fill it full of pigs before we encase it in dynamite. I never said we were going to blow it up. I don't even know how to make the thing to light the TNT. Yep.
It did leave a nice crater, though.
It left a humongous crater.
Yeah, we actually did pile a lot of TNT on that thing.
That's the same day we made Kyle's moat.
Yeah.
That was a good day. And then we broke the server for like 2 hours.
Well, I don't remember what we were doing, but so I guess it doesn't really matter.
I filled Kyle's village or castle up with villagers and then set them all on fire.
That's right. And those fuckers were there forever.
Yeah,
even when I went in mine, there was a bunch
and
of
the burning
them.
villagers kind of overloaded the server.
No, he didn't make like 30 or 40. There was like 300 of these things bouncing everywhere, and it just brought the game to its knees. It was good times.
All right. So, Bill, why don't you talk about some shit you've been playing?
Well,
Wii U. You got a
Yeah.
Wii U.
we'll start with the Wii U. I really like that system. I'm genuinely surprised, and I was wrong about that system.
You owe me an apology.
I don't know, you dick.
You owe me a massive apology. When I got the
Why?
Wii U, you were like, "You're a joke, and I'm never talking to you again."
That is totally something I would say, but I doubt I said it about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think as soon as you get that big, awkward-looking controller in your hands and you realize, wow, this is more comfortable than a DualShock because the DualShock sucks. It's pretty much up from there. There's things with the OS, they're a little laggy, sort of, you know.
Yeah. Like
Everything
things could
takes
open
a little
quicker. But.
Yeah, I think that'll improve over time. I mean, when you look at the last two consoles when they started and where they're at now, I mean, they'll make those improvements and things will go better. But I think the friends list thing is kind of a convoluted, confusing mess still.
Yeah.
But the fact that you and I could actually be friends without a social security number and pictures involved, that's kind of cool finally. They finally got that right, sort of.
Yeah.
But even though it's still kind of fucked up, because...
Having to go to Miiverse, even though you have a friends list, and then...
Yeah, it's not through the friends list thing, so you go to the Miiverse, but you can't... I couldn't send you a request when I found your profile. I had to, like, go someplace else and input your name, and then you also had to put my exact name. You, like, didn't
No,
get...
it popped up on mine
Did it?
that I had a friend request.
Okay. Well, that's a bonus then. So... as long as you know the name, at least that's better, but it's still not where you think it would be. And I don't understand that at all. But, whatever, that's just maybe how they do things on the other side of the planet. Well,
The other
yeah.
one over there doesn't have that issue, at least.
well. Either way, I like playing it. It's, when I've come home a couple nights and Frona's playing, and I just, because I haven't taken the entertainment center apart to give it like a proper place and plugs and everything, so it's just sitting on top the stand, and I just pull the HDMI out of the cable box and plug it into that. And when we want to play, and like when I come home and I want to watch MasterChef, I can just unplug the HDMI, plug it in, I start watching MasterChef, and she just continues playing Mario. And I know that's not going to work with every game, but for the time being, like, the one game we have, it works really well, and then she doesn't even bitch about it. She just goes right on playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. I would kill if I could watch Netflix on the fucking controller as I played games.
I think you can. Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, you can't, but if they could somehow make that work, that would be so fucking cool, man. Even though it kind of defeats the purpose, and I'm sure game makers would be pissed, I don't care. I do it on my computer all the time. The second monitor gets a movie, and I play games on the center. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. The hardware, it's sleek, it's quiet. I mean, it's just... I wish it was getting more support, because it is really fucking cool. Like, I'm anxious to get, like, a proper RPG, and, you know, that X game looks like it might be the one, or to, you know, utilize the touchscreen and all that stuff, and inventory, and maybe hotkeys, I don't know, but
X game?
Yeah, the Monolith Soft game.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Xenoblade
Oh, yep.
thing.
That might get me to buy a Wii U.
That game looks pretty cool. But, I mean, I knew I was going to end up with one, and it was a little bit sooner, but I know there's enough things coming that I'll place stuff on there just because I really like it. I wish the battery was a little bit better in the tablet, but whatever.
It's not a tablet, Bill. It's a gamepad.
Below me.
Did you buy it full price, Bill?
Yep.
Okay.
I got so much money in trade-in that I didn't give a fuck. I
Yeah.
mean, it just, who cares? And I tried the, what's the thing that comes with the premium, Josh? The Nintendo Land?
Yep.
The number one thing I would say about that is why the fuck isn't that just on the system? Can I download that so that I don't have to put a disc in?
Yeah, but you have to buy it.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like, honestly, if it was right on there, it would make 10 times more sense, where you would just randomly pop in, play a couple little things or something.
Yeah, but then people would be like, oh, it's bloatware and blah, 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 because it wouldn't be tied to your account so you can re-download it later on. Like, so they would just bitch that it's bloat.
Well, then make it tied to the account. Like, register and download the shit, or give me a code just to replace it and make the disc worthless. Ooh, DRM on the disc. I didn't just say that. But it would just be a lot better if it was digital. But either way, I mean, it's nothing special, but it's kind of neat that it came with it, I guess. I haven't tried all the stuff.
If you have Dr. Duffy come over, right, and I don't know, your other friends, Tyson, I think is one.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, Frowini is there. Like, you guys can do, like, the really cool games in it. Like, the Luigi's Mansion, I hear, is really cool with a lot of other people. So that would definitely be a lot of fun, but you would need other controllers, obviously, like some Wii remotes.
I kept one Wii remote, so I kept one of those, and there's, if a certain game comes out in the fall, because I think I'm going to cancel the PS4 pre-order because there's nothing on it that I want anytime soon. But I mean, if there's a couple things that look neat that I could play on the other consoles, I could see myself getting a Pro Controller and playing it on that. Because I don't know, I like the system. I think it's neat. I don't fully get the whole, when you boot up the system on the controller, you have like your grid system similar to the old Wii, and then up above, it's like directly tied into what's happening online and what are the hot games people are talking about and running around. And I kind of think that's cool. I wish it was a little bit more fluid and
the Miiverse.
Yeah, but it's neat. They really need to step their game up with demos and downloadable games, all that. They need a giant kick in the ass. They across
just need
the board.
Games, really.
Yeah, they really. I mean, it's what I said about the Vita. I know people blow it off, but like, if the Vita would have had a bunch of PS2 games, just like if the Wii had a bunch of old Nintendo games, it would make everything not as bad and kind of barren.
Well, I mean, they just got Virtual Console. So.
Yeah, but I mean, at least put Wii games on there, or DS games. You now have a giant DS in your hands. Put some of that shit on there. What the fuck are you doing?
That would be incredibly annoying, though, because there are some DS games that use the screens as in, like, they're both at the same time. Like, Contra 4 is one.
No, we're not talking shit like that. I'm saying, like, Ace Attorney. How the fuck is Ace Attorney not on there?
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's on the tablet. I mean, like, things like that.
It's not a tablet, Bill. It's a gamepad.
No, I mean, it's on iOS.
No.
Yeah.
It's gamepad.
I'm talking about iOS, you bastard.
Gamepad.
I don't know. All in all, I kind of thought maybe I would regret the purchase, but actually I've kind of grown fond of it. I think it's a cool console, and Nintendo, it's going to stick around. They'll have the games that people pay for and buy. And
well, look, you went out and you got a Mario game for Corona, but you're actually playing it. That's saying something.
I'm not real. Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's the most fun I've had with the Mario games since Super Mario World. I genuinely enjoy it. I think I've cleared 3 areas, and now I went away from the water and I'm back up in the snow zone.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's good stuff.
What about you, Shawn? When are you ever going to get a Wii U?
I'll get a Wii U. I think that X game might get me to get a Wii U, but whenever the next Zelda's announced, I'll get a Wii U.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should preface that, though, as long as it's not fucking terrible like the last one.
The last 3.
Well, I didn't even play Skyward Sword. I owned it, but the whole motion control just didn't do it for me. So if they do a nice HD Zelda and it's you can use kind of just a regular controller or the gamepad or whatnot, I'll definitely probably pick it up. And especially if there's a price cut around that time, I'll for sure pick it up. So
yeah, I hope they don't mess that up. We'll see.
I feel like there has to be one soon.
Well, like Josh, you've always kind of said, it'd be cool if they just didn't try to recreate the same thing. Like, make something new, make something kind
Stop
of
making
current.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Really go at it. Like, even if it was just a top-down, like, I guess they do the DS game, so it's probably not going to happen now, but go back to your roots a little bit, but just make it look incredible. Like, what's 3D Dot Heroes?
Mm-hmm. 3D Dot Game Heroes, yeah.
Yeah, that game was fabulous. Like, the fun is still there. You just have to dig it out a little bit, and Zelda has all the canon that you could easily do that.
But people are too caught up with the 3D Zeldas now. But like it,
yeah, so but they're going to get that Wind Waker though, so that would
but Wind Waker was the 3D Zelda.
Yeah.
So what they should do is, okay, if you're going to have your 3D Marios like Mario Galaxy and Sunshine and all those, but then break off and have new Super Mario Brothers, do something similar with Zelda. I would totally play a 2D Zelda over a 3D one.
Totally. There's no doubt that I would do that.
they think that their mobile games are doing that though, or the handheld games, like all the 3DS or the DS Zeldas are kind of like that.
But they do the same thing on the consoles. They have the new Super Mario Bros. On those. Why can't they have a 2D Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah, they that would be pretty sweet.
And I want a new Punch Out. Another one.
Really?
Yeah. Oh fuck, man! I love the Wii Punch Out.
I never played it because I didn't want to play with the bullshit motion controls.
You didn't have to.
Well, that's good to know. I wonder if a lot of the Wii games, will they work with the tablet controller, as I'm going to call it, because it clearly bothers you?
It's a gamepad, Bill.
Do you think they work with that thing?
I've never tried any.
That'd be cool if a lot of that stuff got patched in for their bigger games, but it's doubtful, I suppose.
It's very doubtful.
Yeah.
Nintendo not a company that really goes backwards.
Yeah. Now, Lifelike was telling me he thinks that if you were to get the Monster Hunter DS, that you could play with the Wii U people because it's the same game. I think he said that he read that somewhere. I thought that was kind of a neat thing. That's definitely not the normal, right?
I don't know. I don't have it.
I played the demo. I think I actually like the demo on the DS better than I did on the console, but again, once it gets cheap, I'll probably try to play it again, but I don't think it's my cup of tea. There's no proper lock on. It's bullshit. It's like playing something with broken fingers. It's terrible.
If you want a cheap Monster Hunter, you should probably talk to my Kyle, because he has, I believe he got the DS and the Wii U version for $20 total.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, so he might be able to help you out there, because that's a game that I kind of want a Wii U for, just because I have Monster Hunter on my 3DS, but I can't do any multiplayer with it.
So you can't do multiplayer with it?
Not on just the DS or on the 3DS cartridge. If you have the Wii U version, you can actually like do cross save, I guess. But it's very from what Kyle told me, it's kind of messed up. Like it deletes your whole save on the one system to transfer it to the next system. And it's just
whatever
dangerous.
app. Like he said, there was some sort of like tunnel app or something like that.
Yeah, there's always tunnel apps like that.
Okay. Well,
that's how I used to play PSP games online with some friends back before the whole ad hoc thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Monster Hunter, I know a lot of people I know really enjoy it, but the mechanics of it have just always seem kind of broken and half-assed.
I'd rather play Dark Souls.
Well, at least, yeah, Dark Souls kind of works.
Kind of works?
Yeah.
It's probably like the greatest game in history.
Well, I think I'm fully acceptable to say kind of works with some of the frame rate areas in that game, Josh.
Play it on PC.
Kind of works. Bill. I do have it on the PC. I almost did the other day, and then I was like, you know what? I don't hate myself.
Josh would want me to play this. I'm not going to do something Josh wants, because I'm a cunt.
No, I've been playing other things, oddly enough, so I didn't go back to it. There's some mumbling for your editing, Josh.
Have you ever played Dark Souls, Shawn?
I have not. I played Demon Souls, but I've never played Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is much better.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
The only reason I played Demon Souls was because I got it from PS Plus. So
yeah.
I played a little bit of Castlevania on the 3DS. It's okay.
Just okay. I remember that night that you got it, you were like, this is amazing. I have like a fucking 1-inch boner. I love this.
Well, it was at first, because I thought it was going to be something similar to the console version where you start getting into a story and whatnot, and cool things start happening, and there's weird creatures. Like, I thought that's what they were going to do with it, considering it's in that series of games,
Lord
right?
of Shadow.
Yeah. No, it's just, there's like next to no story at all, and it's just repetitive since there's nothing to break you from it. And it's, I mean, I've switched characters. I'm far enough at that point where, you know, something happened and now I'm playing down the same timeline as what I've already played through. And some of the puzzles are kind of neat, but there's nothing really holding it together.
So there's no Patrick Stewart.
No, definitely not. And it really needs some Picard up in that shit. But I mean, it looks pretty good for the DS, and it's definitely fun to play. But you know, I've played it for a fair amount of hours now, and it's just the same shit. So I don't think that's going to stick around too much longer.
I told you.
Yeah. Well, it was fun for a while. I got my money's worth. Oh well.
I told you.
Outside of that, I have Ghost Recon on the way for the DS, and I think some action RPG. I forget the name. Tales of Abyss. That's on the way from GameFly, I think.
Oh, I wanted to play that, but I never did.
Yeah, I never played it on the PlayStation, so it looked like it could be fun. You know, it's a Tales series game, and some of those can maybe be okay. I liked, what was the one that you played in the mind of Chopin or something like that on the 360?
Eternal Sonata.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that game for quite a few hours, and having this in a handheld form, it seems like it's a little bit more appropriate, so I'll give it a shot.
So before we go into that next game that he has, where you guys are going to go on like a 20-minute conversation.
No, I'm just going to save that.
Where I take a nap. Is there any games, Shawn, that you would recommend for Bill to play on the 3DS?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I would definitely recommend, if you like strategy RPGs, I would recommend Fire Emblem.
I got the demo, but everything I read about that from like the weird creepy dudes that really love those type of games, they're like, this is so hard. It's so hard.
I guess it's hard if you care about all the characters, because I mean, if someone dies in game, you lose them for forever.
Christ.
Man. And that's, I mean, to me, that's kind of fun because you got to think a little bit more when you're playing. But I've only played maybe 5 hours, and I haven't reached a part where I'm like, this is the hardest game ever. No, I've lost some people, but I just kind of, after a while, the battles get long enough where you just don't care and you don't go back to your save. You just kind of keep going on. And
I see.
And but I think it's done very well, and they do DLC for it almost like every week. There's like a new map and whatnot. So I mean, they support it pretty well. Other than that, the only other game that's really kind of kept my attention is Mario 3D Land.
Yeah, I'm going to save that for further down the road since I'm playing a different Mario on the Wii. But yes, that is in the queue.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then one that came out this week is Project Cross Zone or Project X Zone. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
I think it's X Zone.
X Zone.
Is that the fighting game?
It's a strategy RPG that has, when you get into battle, it's like fighting elements. It's very...
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, it's a strategy RPG. You move around like you're kind of playing Fire Emblem, where you have it's usually two characters together.
Wow.
And it's Sega, Capcom, and Namco Bandai, yeah. So it's all these characters together. You're moving around, and then when you get into a battle, it goes into it shows your two characters, and you can press the A button, left A, right A, down A. Like, it just has all these things, and you make combos. That's the fighting part. Like, you make combos out of that. And you also have, if you're near characters, you can use them as support, and you bring them in, and that's the cross zone. Like, it big X across the screen, and it enhances your combo or whatnot. And then you can also have a solo character with you that you can also bring in to add more damage. And then if you get to a certain point with your experience, you can unleash like your special move.
Huh. And there's like a proper story and all the normal RPG
I don't know
stuff.
if you want to say a proper story, but there's definitely a story.
Well, I mean, but there is some sort of something keeping it all together.
There's some overarching story about time travel and different dimensions and the demon world, the robot world, the future, the past. And they all kind of keep meeting up, and there's always a time rift, and it involves Japan, and it's very confusing. The story's kind of throwaway, but it is kind of amusing. Just because all the subtitles have been translated into English, but all the voiceovers are in Japanese.
That's fine.
And yeah, I enjoy that, but it kind of caught me by surprise at first.
What about the one that's coming out before too long that I think's made-ish by the people that do the Persona games? Shen something or other.
Yeah, it's something 4. I know it has a 4 at the end.
Yeah,
I've never played any of those ones, so...
You talking about the Persona games?
It's not the Persona game, but like, it's what Shen...
wouldn't pretend to know.
10 something. It's always prefaced by something. Before it's Persona, it's this SMT.
Shin Megami Tensei?
There you go. Look at, he knows it.
You're so smart, Josh.
Smart Josh.
Fucking
I just want to pinch your cheeks.
I hate you.
Yeah, but I think that game's coming out like
soon.
a week or so. So what is that then, Josh? I assume that you know.
I know nothing about it.
Why do you lie? You clearly know the name. What are the games?
No, they always, like he said, preface their game names with Shin Megami Tensei. So
because they have a bunch, like there's the devil summoners, or Devil Hackers. There's one out already. I've never played any of like the original ones. There's Etrian Odyssey 4, I want to say, is for 3DS. That's kind of interesting. I only played the demo, but I don't know. Demo's worth checking out. I feel like that kind of, it's like a first-person exploration RPG.
That sounds neat. I might have to get that name from you later.
Yeah.
Later on, I think I'll grab like Paper Mario sticker, even though I hear it's kind of mediocre. I'm still going to give it a shot.
No. I skipped on that one. I kind of want to play Luigi's Mansion and Donkey Kong Country Returns, but...
Yeah, Luigi I'll get to at some point as well. Notice a very key one I'm not bringing up, Josh.
No. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh,
No.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not your thing.
What I've gotten out of it is you acquire debt and then go dig holes to try and pay that debt back.
No.
Well, it's close to that, but not quite. Let me tell you about it. There's also banging on trees for coins and talking to people.
My house is fully upgraded at this point. Well, that's because it's built. It's easy to get money in that game.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of rocks to smack around.
No, I don't smack any rocks, actually. I told Shawn how I'm getting my money. And
It's true. That helped me get some money, too.
Now he is filthy rich. It's kind of like in 3D Game Heroes, Bill.
Where we found that spot.
Where I found that spot.
You're such a cunt sometimes.
Yeah, but it's true. I found it. You didn't.
Whatever.
And
I was part of the experience. Fine. You found the spot. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always find the spot.
Oh, yeah. That's... Never mind.
The G spot, Bill.
Mm-hmm. Outside of that, something else that we'll save for Shawn's area. But that's it for me.
All right. Shawn's area.
My area. Well, I already talked about Project X Zone, which I bought it on Tuesday and I put about 10 to 12 hours into it already.
Holy fuck. And so you're enjoying it then.
And I didn't think I would. Like, at first, it's kind of like, it's... I don't know. It seems repetitive at first, and it actually is very repetitive, but you kind of just get into it, and the 3D is really nice on it. And like I said, the story is very throwaway, but it is kind of humorous. Like, Frank West from Dead Rising is in it, and all he does is take pictures of the attractive anime women that come into it.
It's got Josh's name all over it.
when he takes the pictures, a screen pops up and it says "Perfect Erotica," so that always makes me laugh a little bit. But that game it's pretty ridiculous, and I'm still kind of learning all the mechanics, I guess, even though there's not very many, but you can somehow get critical hits, and I'm not sure how I'm doing it, but I do it every now and then, so I'm trying to figure that out. And there's a ton of characters in the game. And a lot of games I've never even heard of, because I'm not huge into any of these franchises, but it's pretty fun. Other than that, though, I've just been playing a shit ton of Animal Crossing, which I know Josh has been playing a lot of as well.
I actually only play like an hour a day.
Do you guys sing the Titanic theme to each other when you take boat rides?
We've only taken one boat ride, Bill.
And the turtle sang to us.
Yeah, we didn't sing at all.
I'm sorry. I'm really not, but I'm going to pretend to be.
Bill's just jealous he wasn't invited to the boat ride.
Right?
No, it definitely seems like that game where I'm like, fine, and I buy it, and then it's just like, what do you guys want to fucking buy some turnips or something? We're actually playing whatever that game Josh just pronounced the title correctly right now, so no.
Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah.
See, this is the first Animal Crossing I've enjoyed, though. I'll put that out there. I played the one on the GameCube.
Yep.
And I returned it like the next day when and I got like half my money back. So
this one doesn't seem as much of a pain in the ass. Like, it's just...
No, I don't know if it's like the the land I'm in is smaller or what, but I have more fun when I play this one, and there's usually always something new that pops up every day. I
Things
kind of join in
upgrade
it.
quicker, so it's like you're getting your shops quicker, your house is upgrading quicker. It's just, yeah, it just seems not as much of a pain in the ass.
It's not as cumbersome to get done what you want to get done.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I'll ask you this as a real question to kind of change the dialect a little bit. If I were to buy it, if I like just handed the DS to Frona and said, "Yeah, you're on the train talking to some creature, go," would she be able to like sit and figure it out what's going on and enjoy it?
Yeah.
I think so. And you guys can have 4 people into one town, so she can have her own house.
You can be the mayor, and you can be the mayor, and she can be a villager.
I think it would make for better podcasting if I let her be the mayor so I could talk about the fights. Why are the prices of turnips so damn low? You're the
you don't
worst.
Control that.
I'm sorry. Failed joke. I don't know. Maybe when she gets bored with Mario, but she's been playing that ridiculous just every day.
The only worry I have about Animal Crossing is because, like what Josh said, everything kind of upgrades pretty quickly, and you're getting new stuff every day. In like November, I don't know if I'm going to be playing this game.
Yeah, but have you seen the pictures of like Japanese villages?
No, not really.
They're fucking insane.
Why are theirs different?
Because they got the game a year in advance.
So in a way, it's like SimCity, but you do the work.
Yeah. It's a lot like that. Like
Why
you're the mayor
don't
in
you
this
just
one.
say that.
You've never been the mayor, so in this one you're the mayor. So you get to like go to town hall and be like, I want to build a well, and then they take you out and you place where you want to put the well, and then you have to fund the project. So you have to like pay 200-something thousand bells to build the well, and then the next day it shows up. So like everything is based on the next day. So like if I go to upgrade my house, they're like, okay, we'll work on it overnight. So then the next day when you turn it on, your house is upgraded.
Can I have a town fool named Kyle?
Sure.
Excellent.
Just name your character Kyle.
That does not work. Only if I can make him live in a shed.
I think there are some Animal Crossing people named Kyle, so you could probably get one.
You can never update your house and just live in the tent the whole time.
Yeah, there you go. And that way you don't have to pay Tom Nook either.
That's true. You'll never be in debt. Or you'll always be in debt.
I owe him 500-something thousand.
Yeesh.
I think so far I've given him maybe I would say 4 million bells.
Jesus. That is so many turnips, man.
I don't have any turnips. Okay.
It's the only reference I know.
So to buy turnips, Bill, you have to be... The lady comes to your town every Sunday before noon.
Hey!
And I'm never up before noon.
Oh, it's only before noon, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Can't you just change those times since you're mayor or some shit?
That's also known as cheating.
What are you fucking talking about? That's
So, like,
every
you can-
review I read have said it's one of the biggest bonuses so you can cater it to when you exist.
So what I was thinking that you were going to say is, like, you can change the system time on your 3DS, and that changes the game
Oh,
time
no,
as
no,
well.
not that.
That's
like-
called time warping.
No, like when the stores are open and stuff.
Yes, in this one, since you're the mayor, you can create what type of town it is. So, like, mine is set to a night owl town. So, like, the main store stays open until 2 in the morning, which works perfectly for me. Because otherwise, everything closes at 10, and I'm still at work then.
Josh can't sell his wares.
Nope.
Can you have it be a night owl town and an early bird town?
Nope.
Okay. Because I thought
Because
about...
that would make no sense at all.
Well, the stores stay open later. They still open the same time, though.
Right.
So I thought if I did both of those, the stores would open earlier and stay open later.
Basically, at that point, you would be a slave driver.
That's true. I don't care about any of the citizens of my Animal Crossing town.
Like, that's something that Kyle Lee would do.
I believe it. But I would also do that too.
Tell all the listeners what a dick you are, Josh, and you leave some sort of abandoned girl in his town.
The virus known as Katie.
The fucking virus. So this is girl that comes to your town. She's like, I miss my mommy or something. Or the first time she said that. And then the next time she's like, I'm just going from town to town. I think she's a whore. And so she's like, please take me to another town. I want to continue exploring. And it's like, oh, fucking Christ. So you have to go to your train station and then like connect online and see who else is online. And at the time, nobody was, and it was like 8 in the morning. So I popped on Twitter and I was like, Shawn, open up your town. I have a gift for you. Ha ha ha. And so he did. And so I went into his town, dropped off the girl, and I just immediately left. And I was like, good luck, fucker. Ha ha.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty.
You are a real piece of shit.
I mean, you get to fuck with people in some unique ways in this game.
Yeah, that does sound appealing, except at this point, I think I would be the recipient of that.
No, because there's nothing really you can do that's ultimately damaging. It's just, which I wish you could. But anyways, it's like, I can go into your town and dig holes. And that's basically like the extent of it.
You can easily fill those holes back up. It just takes a while.
Yeah. So like when Shawn and I first went into Kyle's town, Shawn sat there and dug all these holes in Kyle's town. I watched. I didn't really get involved.
You fucking liar.
Well, the best thing was Josh was running around digging holes on the opposite side. So Kyle followed him for the whole time while I dug rows, at least nine deep of holes in front of Kyle's house. So he had to fill these holes to get back into his house.
Yeah.
You know, the pattern I've seen between this and Minecraft tells me that if we were smarter men, we would make a game that really was just based around digging holes to fuck with your friends.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's really what we're driving at here.
So like it gets to the point now where if Shawn happens to leave his gates open and I come in, like he just automatically thinks something's going to happen.
It's true.
Even though you just stand by the gates and
Well,
do
that's
little
what I did.
dances.
So what was it? Like 3 days ago, I went into your town and he's like, I don't know where you are, but I'm kind of worried. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of, getting some fruit or whatever. And then I just left. And so like, he must have spent some time looking for something.
I definitely did. I spent about 5 to 10 minutes trying to look for some holes or pitfall seeds or something. But you did nothing. It was one of the first times you've come into my town and have not ruined it.
I've only ruined it once.
This is the only time I let you in before.
All in all, at least you guys get a fair amount of enjoyment out of it. And the fact that you're like, I don't know if I'll also be playing this game in 5 months.
I will be.
I don't keep playing games like a week from now, so that's pretty good ratio, I would say.
It's
so
definitely
you
a
should
game
go
you
buy
just
it right now.
check out every 10 minutes a day. I mean, if you put 10 minutes a day in, you'll probably get enjoyment from it, or you can put more time in and really mess around, but I'm having a good time with it, so.
Yeah, and tonight we get to go see KK Slider.
That's true. He started about 50 minutes ago for me, so we need to wrap this up, huh?
Mm-hmm. So get on with the other shit.
Well, the only other game I've really been playing was The Last of Us, which I did finish.
Me too.
You too.
All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
We'll keep it short, Josh.
No, I want you guys to all have a fucking whole thing about it.
I think when they killed the Josh character, I was the most happy, though.
I cheered. I jumped out of my seat and cheered.
Yeah, it was very brutal.
You're both Nazis.
He died of a leg virus.
Yeah, you could tell the spores were entering his system through his leg.
His butt inflated. I don't know what that was about.
I shot him in the ass many times after he was dead.
The kill spot, I believe.
Can you guys hear the fireworks right now?
No.
My neighbor's launching off some fireworks.
Getting ready for 4th of July or what?
My neighbors have a pyro license, so every summer, for the rest of the summer, I will hear this.
I believe I did hear a little pop there for a second.
Right,
there it is. There it is.
Gay of us.
Wow.
What did you think of it?
Should make your boat ride later a little bit more romantic, right?
I'm actually, while you guys are talking about The Last of Us, I'm actually playing Animal Crossing right now.
You're a dickbag.
I'm breaking my own podcast rules.
Wow. You have extra noise in the background, you're playing something else, and you're probably drinking.
No, I'm not drinking, actually.
I know, but you should have, so you could have been a complete Kyle. Man,
Whoa.
That'd be a fun new insult, wouldn't it? Stop being a Kyle.
Yeah, and it can cross over into Geek and Destroyed, too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a complete Kyle.
Anyway, so you played The Last of Us, you finished it like I did. Yes. I very early dropped it to easy, because I actually didn't want to play it. I just wanted to watch what was going on, and every time I had to go back to playing it, I got bitchy.
That's understandable. That's how I felt the first half of the game, because I didn't feel like really? I don't know. I didn't understand. I don't know if I didn't understand, but the stealth just wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, it's not very good.
No. And then, but once I kind of figured out what I could do and what doesn't give me away, like,
Yeah.
if I choke out a guy and he's screaming, that's not going to alert the other guys in the vicinity.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up for a long time.
Yeah, it took me quite a while.
Like,
but once
Josh,
I
you
did,
can be like 3 feet from the next guy and having a violent, horrible struggle, and nothing else notices.
yeah.
They're right there. Nope, not a drop of.
If his back is to you, he doesn't understand what's going on behind him.
Yeah.
So once I figured that out, it made things a lot better. And it's actually, I feel like the battle scenes were kind of like puzzles, especially with the infected people.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of that. And I think playing on easy, it allowed me to walk through some of the scenarios that probably would have proved themselves a little frustrating from time to time. But on easy, I could, for the most part, take dudes down with a headshot, which is all I cared about and why I hated Uncharted 3 so much, where that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So at least here, if I shot that guy in the head, he died. Which is the way it should make sense in a game that you're trying to make so realistic and movie-like. A bullet to the head means the character dies.
Yeah.
So I was happy about that, at least.
And I am glad, like, the stealth is definitely broken because of the AI character kind of running around. But I'm glad that they did that, because they don't always make the smartest choices, and it's once you figure out that your AI character doesn't give you away, it makes things a lot easier too.
Yeah, and it took me a little bit to realize that, like, I'm used to more of the Splinter Cell style, where if I'm just roughly behind something, they're gonna see me in a heartbeat. And that wasn't the case in this game at all. And once you realize that, shit got way easier. Because there's a lot of times I sat there not knowing where to go. And then once you figure out that it doesn't matter if you're half behind something, they don't notice you. Just kind of cakewalk the rest of it.
Did you enjoy the beginning of the game?
The prologue or after that?
After that.
I don't know.
I wasn't. I was a fan of the prologue because it kind of started off with pretty big bang. Like, it got you pretty pumped up, and then I felt like for the first 70
hours,
a couple of hours, it was just kind of like this wasn't what I expected from the story. It slowed down a lot. I wasn't like, I played it for like an hour at a time, and I couldn't play anymore. I would just put it away and start playing something different.
I guess I was just expecting a lot more desolation and exploring, looking for supplies, when really it was just, you've cleared an area of enemies, walk around for a minute and clear another enemy pocket and clear another enemy pocket. And it's real repetitive.
Yes.
Like, it's just always the same fucking thing. I think the sniper section is really the only thing that varied. Is that?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Much?
That part on medium was a fucking pain.
Oh god, I can only imagine. Because like on easy, one shot, no matter what you hit, went down.
Yeah, and see, in that part when you're on medium, it's you get hit twice by that sniper and you're dead.
Yeah, fuck that.
So I mean, the thing that I liked about it is once I figured out, or I remembered, I had smoke bombs. That made things a lot easier because I could just run through that and they wouldn't hit me if I'm in the smoke.
Oh yeah, I don't think I used one after the very first time I got it.
Yeah, see, I definitely used all the items that were available to me, which I usually don't during games. I usually just kind of use the guns that I have. I don't care about the miscellaneous stuff, so I
used a lot of the grenades and the Molotovs, though. Those are very handy.
I use those against the infected, I think, the most. I would try to, I would throw a bottle and get a bunch of them in an area and then just throw a Molotov and try to kill all of them at once.
One of the things that got me is that a lot of times, I would say 3 off the top of my head, which would be Pittsburgh, the sewers, or the hospital. There's no reason in this story that they would be doing what they're doing right now. Like in Pittsburgh, especially when you go into that hotel, what was the fucking purpose of going in there?
None.
You go through this huge building that's just filled with enemies for no fucking reason. It didn't make any sense in the story at all. Why in the fuck would they be going in there? It didn't make any sense.
Don't you see 2 guys come out of there and then go back in, and then he goes, well, we better go in that hotel.
We should go clear out this giant building full of enemies. What are you talking about? Or when they're on the beach, you can just walk back up to where you're going. We should go through the sewers. This will be safe. Really? Going through tunnels of dark is your best option right now with 2 children? Yeah, this is good writing right here. Or the hospital where you're going around all of these cover points for 3 floors and you're like, guess I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
The hospital is a fucking drag.
I didn't like any of that. I hated the boss creatures that for some reason randomly showed up. Or whatever. Yeah, like the one section in the school, okay, that was fine. But then later where they just were there for no reason. And even when they were at that college, it's a chain link fence. Just crawl over the fence. It's like 6 or 7 feet tall. Why would you go through a dormitory? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just like they clearly, well, we need more gameplay here. Let's make them go through the dorm.
And it definitely, I mean, the game strength is definitely the story. And that's pretty much all you're playing to get to those cutscenes. Exactly.
Like the section where, spoilers for anyone who's gives a shit. Josh, you clearly don't, right?
Nope.
Yeah. So the section later where I'll not spoil a lot of it, where you're following the deer you shot with the bow, right?
Yes.
And you run into those 2 guys, like that 10 minutes was really engaging. I forgot, and I was totally part of the story, and that was my favorite part of the game. And then they're just like, insert Resident Evil, protect this room for some reason. All of these spore-infected creatures are out in the tundra.
Yeah.
And then you have to fight through some sort of industrial building. Like, it didn't make any fucking sense. Like, you had this wonderful thing going, and then you gotta play it again. Yeah, and then you got a cool story, and then you gotta play it again.
That was my favorite part of the game, too. That season, I guess we'll say, if we don't want to spoil anything too crazy.
Yeah. No, it was that really good.
Yeah, it kind of brought a whole new perspective on everything that was going on in the game for myself.
Yeah.
And it made the ending a little bit more impactful, I guess.
Poignant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought there would have been a lot more of, where you're a lot of just exploring and looking for food and supplies, and maybe you run into people rather than the same exact battle over and over and over and over and over and over every 10 minutes.
I didn't realize until after I saw the credits that guy that you run into that you're stuck in that building with is voiced by Nolan North.
Is it really?
Yeah, I didn't hear it at all. Maybe I was too engrossed in the story to even worry about it, but I saw it at the end of the credits and I was like, oh, I'll have to play it again to kind of just hear that, because it didn't sound like him. I didn't think it sounded like him, but...
See, I think, though, that when she's in that community, that was a big wasted opportunity. Like, I would have liked to have walked around and seen how people are living, because clearly there's a lot of people there, except, I guess not, because there isn't anyone there except trained assassins. Like, it seems like it was wasted, because I wanted to go around in this community and try and figure out why he's trying to save me, and, add a little bit of heart to these people you're killing, where they're just trying to survive, too. And it would have been more impactful to know these people surviving. You never get that the whole game. You don't see anyone that's just trying to live.
To survive, yeah. And when he kind of introduces himself, he kind of says, it was just my group looking for food and some maniac killed everybody.
Yeah. Why didn't she defend the situation and say, we didn't, they attacked us. It's nothing of the sort,
Yeah. That was definitely a missed whole opportunity that they could have gone deeper.
Yeah, if it was just her looking for weaknesses to try and find a place to escape, and then running into hungry children or people losing their father, and her realizing that, these people that we keep running into and killing, they're fucking people. Put some heart into it, and instead it was just more of the same, except there's snow now.
Yep.
I don't know. I still think it's better than a lot of things out there.
Yeah, that's true.
No doubt, but I only played it to continue the story.
Yeah, the story for me, I've told a few people, I was like, I didn't enjoy it till about 50% of the game. I saw my save files at 50%, and I was like, this is okay. And then after that, I played 6 hours straight, and then another 6 hours straight. I had the day off, and I just didn't stop. And it became a game that I was like, this is too overhyped, to, okay, I can see why people really enjoyed this game and whatnot. So the multiplayer is a lot of fun. I don't know if you checked that out at all.
No, I didn't. I've already sent it back.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of, you have to do all the crafting and stuff that you would do in the normal game, and you have, after each match, you've accumulated so many resources, and you're feeding your clan, and you have to try to keep everybody healthy and build a bigger clan. And you can either, it will just kind of generate random characters, or you can connect to Facebook, and all the people in your clan will be your Facebook friends.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they've added a whole kind of meta game to it, and there's always like every now and then you'll get a mission that during the next 3 games you need to heal 3 people, or get 3 downs, or execute 3 people, and it will enhance how many people you get in your clan and whatnot. So it's an interesting, it's fun. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. So
they always do a lot of interesting things with it. I wish that I liked their combat. I really don't. I know a lot of people are the exact opposite of me, but I just don't think they're very good.
Yeah.
I really don't. But they do a lot of cool stuff, and that does sound neat, where working for the betterment of your team rather than just meaningless points at the end of a match, that's pretty cool.
And that's why I would never be good at it.
Yeah, you would just hide in a corner. Yes, Kyle, you will starve. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, I don't think, a Josh game at all. Right, Josh?
I don't know. I've never played it, Bill.
Well, the fact that you're not playing it kind of proves that point.
I'm not in the mood for a doom and gloom game right now.
yeah.
Like, I'm into colors right now after Mario, so.
Yeah. Okay. All in all, I'm glad that I played it, but I wouldn't by a long shot give it the perfect scores or some of the...
Yeah, the perfect scores were a little too much.
Yeah, just the amazing showering of compliments that it's got. I wouldn't go that far, because it seemed very like 2-part. There was the part you play and the part you watch, and the part you watch was fabulous, and the part you play was just a mediocre shooter.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely, it's the one time I think I would agree with anything Polygon says. Their review is probably the most honest, I believe.
Yeah, it really wasn't that fun to play, but I enjoyed everything that wasn't that. Don't know. What else you got? Anything?
That's all I got.
On to Josh.
Me, quick, oh, quick, me, oh, me, quick, oh, quick, me, oh.
Alright, so back to the Wii U, because we all love that.
Yeah.
I picked up New Super Luigi U, the expansion to New Super Mario Bros. U.
I want to hear about this.
Why?
Well, because it's
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, it's very not Nintendo. I mean, it's kind of a cool thing that they're finally doing stuff like this.
What, DLC for a game?
Like this, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, they were also releasing it as a standalone game in August.
Is it
Really?
only a limited time, though, they're doing that?
Yeah.
So does it include the Mario part, or is it just Luigi part?
I think
it's just
I don't
Luigi.
know. Yeah, I don't know how the standalone one's going to be. If you download it, you obviously need the Mario part.
Yeah.
Because it's an expansion, and like you can switch back and forth in the main menu to which one you want to play, which is kind of neat. And yeah, I mean, it's basically 80 brand new levels with that are much, much, much harder.
Yeah, a couple of the videos I watched looked brutal, man.
Yeah, it's creative too, because obviously, like, they didn't want to spend the time to make 80 really long levels like they would with a brand new game, because that would probably take a couple of years.
Yeah.
But so what they did is they kind of made it more challenging. So they made shorter levels. And as soon as you start the level, you hear that little weird sound that you hear when you're running out of time in a Mario game, and you only have 100 seconds to beat the level.
Shut up, really?
Yep, on every single level.
Holy shit.
Yep. So it's more challenging in that regard.
Yeah, I don't know if Frono should be game for that or not. Wow.
So every level, like, you have, if you want to go for the 3-star coins, you only have 100 seconds.
Wow.
And obviously, like, if you get to a boss battle, once you get to the boss's door, and you open the door, like it gives you like 150 more seconds or whatever it is just for the boss.
Mm-hmm.
But your average levels don't do that. So, I mean, they're all pretty short, but as you saw, they are quite difficult.
Yeah, like one of the ones I was watching, everything was like those big rotating blocks.
Yeah.
Like there was no stationary platform. It was everything moving and madness and fireballs and
Luigi plays different than Mario, so like they carried over like from the Super Mario Brothers 2, where like he can jump higher and like he can kind of hover more than Mario can, and like he slides longer, so like he feels a lot different than you would be controlling Mario. So that takes a little bit of time to get used to, but it definitely adds to that element of like I'm now more unsure of myself, like with these jumps. So I need to plan things out a little bit better. It's definitely a really cool game. And it takes place in the new Super Mario Bros. U world. So like they didn't go and like recreate everything. So like the ice world is still the ice world and everything. But
that's what I expected.
Right, but it's still 80 new levels at least. Except for like once you get to the end, then they're pretty much the same levels, except for again harder and shorter. So yeah, I mean, it was only what, like $20 or $30? I think it was 20.
I think it was $20. Yeah.
Yeah. So well worth $20. I mean, I beat it in I think like 2 days, but that's typically how I treat these games. And I actually regret it when I'm done because I always was like, I wish I'd spent more time with it. Why did I beat it so quickly?
Yeah, you ripped through that quick.
I wanted it. I really wanted to play it. So it's well worth it. The $20 and. Obviously, if you have New Super Mario Bros. U, like, that's an exceptional game as well. That's probably my favorite one of these games ever.
Yeah, since Super Mario World is one of my all-time favorite games, and this is up there. Like, I'm playing it very slowly, just a couple levels here and there, because it's very fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, New Super Mario Bros. U has more of a Super Mario World feel to it than all the other ones.
Yeah, the new Super Mario Brothers I could never stick with. It just didn't grab me, but this, and maybe it's just because now it looks HD and it's just
like the colors pop at you.
Yeah, because like when you look at the difference between my Samsung and then the controller, it's strikingly different with the colors, and it's just pretty to look at more than anything. It's just pretty. And
like wait until you get to the painted world because those levels look absolutely amazing in HD.
Yeah, I'm the first to say like HD Nintendo, They should have done this earlier, but I'm happy they've at least done it because it does make things more pleasurable.
Yeah, and actually what I was thinking, like I would really love for them to go back and like do another New Super Mario Bros. U expansion with like kind of following suit with Super Mario Bros. 2 where like they have Luigi, they have Mario, we'll now do one with like Toad and then one with the princess that you control. That way they carry over how they played back in the day and have more levels to cater to that. That would be kind of neat.
Now, here's a question for you. Shawn, have you played this at all?
I have not.
Here's a question then, Josh. So like Super Mario World, one of my favorite things about it is you have all of the little hidden off branches and things. Do any of those things exist in this?
In which one?
In the new one. Not Luigi, just the Super Mario Brothers U.
Like off branches as in like in the levels?
Yeah, because remember in Super Mario World there was like little hidden things. If you got the little colored exclamation point that shot them around the world, you know, you'd find those little extra hidden areas. Does that type of thing still exist, or is
kind of? Yeah, kind of.
So those things are in there. I just need to look for
Not
them.
the exclamation blocks, but there are hidden paths.
Okay, that was always what was cool about the other one, is finding, you know, that hidden path that added these extra little bits. And
yeah, and they also have like the star level at the end, kind of like in the middle of Super Mario World. They had that secret area where, like, as you unlock the levels, it formed a star.
Yeah.
They have that in this as well.
Cool. It's a good game. They really did well with that.
Yeah, I mean, because New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS kind of didn't feel that good. It wasn't, the levels weren't that creative. It just wasn't as fun. But the Wii U version so far, amazing. And I already want more. I shouldn't have beat it so quickly.
Yeah, I'm taking my time with it.
Yeah, because if you remember, I beat New Super Mario Bros. U in a few days as well.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It was. I'm gonna start it again though. So yeah, that's pretty much for me. I mean, Animal Crossing, but we've already talked about. That's kind of becoming like the new Minecraft. We need to stop talking about that.
Until I get it, Josh.
Shit. So we do have a listener question. If one of you wants to read that.
Do we really?
I don't read questions.
Okay. Is this from Ginormous J? Is this correct?
No, that's Guijay from the Gamers Pub.
Oh. How do you think some of the fall games will fare among the next-gen fever? GTA, Batman, South Park.
I think they'll do fine because there's more of those systems than there will be of the new ones. Daisy agrees.
Daisy agrees. In terms of sales, isn't GTA coming on the new consoles?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's got to be on the new consoles, right?
I bet they have something planned, but I don't think they've announced anything.
Are you serious? I just thought the delay meant that it was for new consoles.
Not that I know of, no.
Because when does it come out? September?
The graphics they're showing, there is no way that's current gen.
They announced them for the current gens and nothing for the new gens.
Yeah, they did, and then they just stopped talking about it and let all of their release dates slip until way later. That has to be next
Nothing's
gen.
been announced, but yeah.
I mean, I'm disappointed that they still haven't said anything about PC because, that's where I'm going to be, but I don't know. South Park, I could give a shit where I play it. I'm not the biggest that style RPG player, but I'll make myself learn how to play those games for South Park.
I didn't even know there's a South Park game coming. I hate South Park.
It was supposed to come out in like February.
Yeah, but then
it was part of the THQ stuff.
Yeah. If you don't like South Park, you're not going to be on board. There's no way of selling that, but it's in the style of like a turn-based RPG, but it's all like takes place basically you're playing an episode, and they have tons of the writers and the voices. Like, it's basically you get to play a few seasons of South Park. Like, I am so jacked for that game.
You would be.
Yeah. But I can't see how, I think the fact that new consoles being there just means that they'll probably sell possibly more. Because if you buy a new console, you're not going to have shit to do on it. You're going to buy anything that comes out. And if you have the old ones, you're still going to buy Batman.
As of when these games come out, I mean, the new consoles are just going to be coming out. So really, there's more PS3s than there will be of PS4s. These games will do fine.
No.
Yeah.
You agree, Shawn?
I agree. I don't know. I feel like with these games, like the GTA is going to sell no matter what. The last I heard, it comes out in September. I don't know if that's been delayed again.
I don't know.
I feel like it's not going to even be affected by the whole next gen stuff. And Batman and South Park, Batman's going to be, I think, more affected by the fact that it's not Rocksteady doing it. It's a backup developer, and then South Park, I feel like, is a game that it's a very niche, select crowd that's going to like it. I'm not a huge South Park fan, so I might rent it, but I don't think I'll buy it.
Yeah, it's just going to be people that like the show.
Yeah.
All two of them.
Yeah, Batman, I don't know what to think about that, because the Arkham City, I enjoyed so thoroughly that I don't know what else you could do besides just making the same game again.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to go on with that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to check it out, but I'm not having high hopes like I did when before Arkham City came out.
So thank you for the question, and why don't you two tell them how they can get in contact with us? This is where Shawn picks up Kyle's spot.
Oh,
I can do it for you, Shawn.
You can do it? Okay.
No!
Well, it's unfair to have a guest do it, Josh.
No, that's the fun of it, Bill.
You can hit us at Twitter, which is Nazaro, KR Dumond, or Billy Bill Black, or Critical Strike.
Or SG Green Burrito?
S Green Burrito?
I was going to allow him to give whatever props he wanted at the end, Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
Phone number is 909-278-7453 or 909-C-STRIKE. And the email is cstrikepodcast@gmail.com. And like always, hit up Platform Nation for the ever-growing issues between certain podcasts and their love/hate of certain game consoles.
Basically, both sides are dumb.
Oh, yeah. Just buy a fucking PC and be smug about it like I am.
Yep. Even though you're a new PC person, you have no right to be smug.
What do you mean, new PC person?
Oh, yeah, that just happened.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Oh,
new
I'm
PC
turning
person?
on you and Kyle, Mr. Master Races. Guess what? I've been PC my whole life.
Yes, but I didn't always have
You guys
money.
have been PC for like a year.
But I've been playing PC games since I was
You guys
12.
are like, no.
Yes.
No. You guys know shit about living
I
a
will
PC
go
life.
back home and find that fucking Mech Warrior 2 box, Josh.
One game isn't going to make a difference.
No, there's
still.
a
I've been
bunch of
PC
games.
my
I
whole
remember having to
life.
type shit in DOS to get the CD
Nope.
to load, you cunt.
I remember having to make my own games in Commodore 64.
No, but you are the weird type of PC player that they make memes out of. I was just an average PC player.
You're pathetic.
But when I was in college, I didn't have any money for that shit. Like, literally, it was either drink with sorority girls or play games, and I chose
Play games.
the breasts.
Play games.
Yeah, breasts.
You guys are new PC people. You can't talk.
You can fuck right off.
Yeah, that happened.
So, Shawn, now is the time that Josh tried to jump the gun on, that you can tell everyone how to get at you, your show, and your fake Kyle.
First off, one thing I want to notice is, why is your guys' voicemail 909 area code?
We use Google Voice.
Okay, I was like, that's definitely Riverside.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted one that gave me one in California for some reason.
Okay. I just noticed that, and
Which is great because that's a lot of CVS calls. Like people needing to pick up their prescriptions.
Yeah.
Like one of these days I should call CVS and be like, look, this person is probably dead because they never got their medication.
I'm looking for my blood medication.
No, it's that automatic voicemail where it's like, hello, CVS pharmacy has your prescription for blah, 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 blah.
Your terminal illness can be cured
So
now.
these people have probably died like 3 years ago because I've been getting them for years.
I love that you just bring this up now, you fucking harbinger of death.
I'm glad I could bring that out of you there, Josh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now, remember a few years ago when Google Voice came around, everybody got those? Yeah, that's still the remaining one. I don't know anyone else that still has it.
All right. Yeah, it's popped
I
out
use
at me.
it on my actual phone.
Do you? I stopped using it because as soon as I signed up for it, I started getting spam texts and phone calls, and I
No,
got rid
I
of
have
it.
a number that's pretty good, and I give it to people I don't really want to talk to,
Like women.
like you.
All right. So, well, you can reach me on Twitter at sgreenburrito. My podcast is Geek and Destroy, which you can find on iTunes. Search Geek and Destroy. We're also on Twitter, G&Dcast. And we have a website, geekanddestroycast.com.
That they never use, but you can also find a link on our site to it.
It's true. There you go.
Also, like, we have a site. Oh,
I'm so serial right now, you guys.
no, that's his roommate.
Super serial.
Oh, man. I should not talk on Skype anymore.
No, you really shouldn't. You turn into a smug bastard like us. Making
Whoa,
backhand.
I'm not a smug bastard.
Really?
It's not my fault you're new to PCs.
Really?
Too young and innocent for this shit.
All right, Shawn, so thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Fuck you, Kyle, for blowing us off at 2 a.m.
Right? Like, from now
I
on,
like
guaranteed.
When he said he couldn't do it, he signed off pretty much immediately.
Oh, because you noticed how pissed I was, right?
Yes.
Luckily, I'd had enough beers not to care.
Nope. You're going to end up being Kyle's replacement.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. This was really a test. but you need to be...
Right
you
now,
need to be,
Kyle is going to be sitting in his little computer den at work. The fuck, Josh? You can't replace me.
Actually, I can, and I did.
Well, he's working
No.
so long now, right?
No, because as soon as Kyle gets that new job, he'll have all the podcasting time in the world.
Oh, yeah. I like how on the doc, too, he's like, oh, to be working 18 hours. Well, I was like, dude, that's nothing.
Who said that? That was him?
Yeah.
What the fuck's he talking about?
He'll have to, in the future, he'll be working. You know what? Never mind. Let's just end this.
Wait, what are you I thought he was quitting his job.
No, but for his new job,
What?
he's going to be working 18-hour days.
Like 2 days a week?
No, like every day, apparently.
That seems
That's
impossible.
not even possible.
I know. It's Kyle.
I didn't know he was moving to Indonesia. God, he's going to make the best sweaters.
Hey, it's what Nancy wants, right?
Nancy needs the
Sweaters.
fancy tablecloth rings, Josh.
Yep.
Whatever it
Doing it for
takes.
the win.
Whatever it takes.
All right, so I'm going to let KK play us out. And we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Meow meow.
Bye.
Eat shit.
Now, oh me quick, oh me quick, now, me quick, now, me quick, now, me quick, now, me now, me now. Me, now, me quick, me quick, now, me quick, now, me quick, now, me quick, now, me now. Me now. Me now. Me, now. Now, me quick, me quick, now, me quick, now, me quick, now, me quick, now, me now, me now. Me, now, me quick, me quick, now.